Shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles, the elders, and the men of great millstone, as well as those men that preach and teach the likewise doctrine, no compromising, not mixing it to fix it. I want to say shalom to all the Akim and few Akwat that may be listening. This is your brother Batakallah Yahweh from the GMS camp here in Chicago, coming back at you with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. And today I wanted to talk about one of these niggas that they done dug up that I ain't seen this guy for like 13 or 14 years, but they done dug him back up. But I'm going to start off with this scripture first, and then we're going to play a quick clip and, Lord willing, get into some more edification. But this is the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 1, and I'm going to start at verse 10. Do I want to start at 9? I'm going to start at 7, actually. Salaki. We just get the context here. So this is 1 Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 7. So Alexander, and this is speaking of Alexander of Macedonia, also known as Alexander the Great. Let me start over. This is 1 Maccabees 1 and 7. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died, and his servants bare rule everyone in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth. And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been in hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137 year of the kingdom of the Greeks. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well.
Yeah.
Okay. And did you and your dad maintain a close relationship?
Yeah. That's my boy. He getting over COVID right now.
Oh, really? Okay.
Get the vaccine. Get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm vaccinated.
I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
There we go. Okay. So you're growing up, and I mean, being the only child with your mother.
Salaki, let me go back.
Would you say that
this is something that I want brothers to notice, and I kind of had it cut off.
You're growing up, and I mean, yeah, I'm vaccinated.
I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
There we go. Okay.
Look at his
So
eyeballs.
you're growing up, and I mean, being the only child with your mother.
Okay.
Would you say that the family was struggling, or were you...
All right, so that's enough for the clip. Lord willing, y'all were able to hear it, but just a brief synopsis of it. This nigga named Hurricane Chris, who used to be a rapper, I think his most famous song is called A Bay Bay. You know, you want to know what we say in the club, A Bay Bay, that song. But this dude came out with that song in like 2007 and then disappeared for a while. And recently he was just on Vlad TV. Now, this guy, DJ Vlad, is an Amalekite from Russia. And this dude is a wicked piece of garbage, just like most, if not all, Amalekites are. Well, all Amalekites are pieces of garbage. But as far as if they all wicked pieces of garbage, all right? Salaki. So just like every other Amalekite, this dude is a wicked piece of garbage. And he's especially one of these niggas that not only likes to take both Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom Jake, but those are his specialities, Northern and Southern Kingdom Jake, and Speckled Bird Jake, cause that nigga China Mac done been on there with him too, but and other Speckled Bird Jake as well. But this guy's specialty is basically not only to the public but to the Most High as well, trying to show the wickedness that these Jakes do in the world, basically trying to prove them wicked and show them wicked. And when you listen to the interviews, just by the way that this guy asks the questions that he asks, you could tell that that's what he's trying to do, trying to point us out as wicked to the Most High, but as well tarnish our image to the people of this planet. You know what I'm saying? To justify all of the things that are done. But this nigga Vlad is wicked, and he likes to have all of these wicked Jakes get on TV to glorify wickedness and to down and disrespect Jake as well, and to show that Jake is outside of the law, statutes, and commandments to the Most High. But yeah, this dude Hurricane Chris just got off the hook for a supposed murder that he committed. He was just in jail in 2020. They just got him out. He just got off on the murder charge. And as soon as he get out on the murder charge, he go and do this interview with Vlad where he 5-10 seconds into the damn interview was telling Jake to go abide by the mandate. And if you notice his eyeballs when he did it, he's in a room with just a camera, the Amalekite dude Vlad, and himself. Supposedly, that's the air of that's what they want you to think when these guys are doing the interview. Okay, so why is this guy looking around the room like it's somebody in there making sure he say what he got to say as far as the mandate is concerned? That's just what I got from it. But we're going to get another scripture because there's a lot of talking going on, and Salakia for that. But this is nothing new, man. As the first Maccabees chapter 1, 7 through 11 stated, man, he ain't the first Jake to do it, and he ain't going to be the last Jake to do it. Jake been going and cutting deals with heathens, Esau in particular, but heathens in general, for quite some time now. And really every time Jake goes into captivity, it happens. So I don't want to just put it on Esau. All you heathens are... Jake has been cutting deals with any and all heathens anytime captivity has come around. And this is not anything new. As the scriptures say, there's nothing new under the sun. So we're going to go to Psalms 106, and we're going to start at 36. Salakia. Psalm 106 and 36. And they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. Yea, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils, and shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan, and the land was polluted with blood. Thus were they defiled with their own works, and went a-whoring with their own inventions. There was the wrath of Yahweh kindled against all his people, insomuch that he abhorred his own inheritance. Okay, so as you can see, Jake has been doing these kind of things for a while now. And then now you would say, well, what idol is this this nigga Hurricane Chris serving? Well, it's simple. This idol that he's serving is more than likely money. Now, I don't know if he because like I said, he had blown up in 2007 and then he disappeared and was out of the spotlight, leading me to believe that he didn't want to fully dive into what they wanted him to dive into. Now, I may be right or I may be wrong. I don't know why he stepped off, but most of the time when the guys step off, it's usually because of something like that. So he was big for about a year, maybe a year and a half's time. Then he fell off. Now he's back right after he just got a murder charge. So I don't know if he was doing this in exchange for his freedom, or if he's doing this in exchange for money, or for both. But any of those things can be referred to as idols, because you're not supposed to love money more than you love the Most High, and you're not supposed to love freedom more than you love the Most High. You're not supposed to love anything more than you love the Most High, because all of these things that are being mentioned, or anything that you can love other than the Most High, is going to be challenged and taken away from you by this Edomite if you don't abide by his mandates. Why? Because with the exception of the Most High, the angels, and Yahweh Shai, this Edomite on this plane and in this reality controls everything that you need. Water, food. He can do whatever he wants to do to the air and the quality of the air. He controls everything. You have to go to him to get everything. Like the curses say, you have to go to your enemy for the one of all things. So when you start falling in love with things, those become idols, because the enemy can control that. Okay? But you know, Jake loves comfort. Jake loves having money. Jake loves living in luxury. So they cut these deals, and I'm sure that a life of luxury got something to do with why Hurricane Chris is doing what he's doing. Let's go to the book of Ezekiel chapter 8. Salakia. This is Ezekiel chapter 8, verse 11. And there stood before them 70 men of the ancients of the house of Israel, and in the midst of them stood Jazaniah, the son of Shapah, and every man his censer in his hand, and a thick cloud of incense went up. Hold on, Salakia, is this the right one? Okay, it is the right one. And then verse 12, then he said unto me, Son of man, hast thou seen what the ancients of the house of Israel do in the dark, every man in the chambers of his imagery? For they saith, Yahweh seeth us not, Yahweh hath forsaken the earth. So once again, these guys, they don't really have a healthy fear of the Lord, man. They think that they can do whatever they want, and because they're allowed to carry on, or because their punishment isn't as expedient as other individuals. And this can happen to Jake as well. You know, we talk about the heathens not really being punished expediently or expeditiously or quickly when they commit wickedness, but sometimes Jake will be allowed to commit wickedness for a certain period of time to carry out something that the Lord wants to get carried out. You know, everybody has a purpose in this world, and sometimes the Lord creates people for the purpose of doing wickedness, and they will be allowed to continue to do wickedness and not be judged, at least according to what their crime states. For example, if they do something that is punishable by death, they may not be put to death for that right away, because they have other wicked acts that they've been ordained to carry out and have been ordained to affect others. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a toll to pay to the Lord on this side, because we're all left wanting. If we were put on the balance, we would all be left wanting. So a lot of these people, you know what I'm saying, they commit wickedness and they're allowed to keep doing wickedness. Niggas like P. Diddy, you know what I'm saying, any of these rap niggas really, or any of these entertainers really, they're allowed to continue to do what they're doing. Why? Because they have missions that they've been given by the Lord to carry out on the left-hand side, and until they carry those missions out, they have to be allowed to continue carrying wickedness out. Okay, and that's why Jake gets comfortable with it. This is Salaki. I gotta go to the Apocrypha. Salaki for the commercial. Alright, this is 2nd Maccabees, chapter 4. What did it say? 11, 12, and 4, 12 to 14. I'll probably read up. Alright, so I'm gonna start at Salakia, guys. I'm gonna start at 10. So this is 2nd Maccabees chapter 4 and verse 10. Which when the king had granted and he gotten into his hand the rule, he forthwith brought his own nation to Greekish fashion, and the royal privileges granted of special favor to the Jews by the means of John, the father of Eupholamus, who went ambassador to Rome for amity and aid, he took away, and putting down the governments which were according to the law, he brought up new customs against the law. For he built gladly a place of exercise under the tower itself, and brought the chief young men under his subjection, and made them wear a hat. Now such was the height of the Greek fashions, and increase of the heathenish manners, through the exceeding profaneness of Jason, that ungodly wretch, and no high priest, that the priests had no courage to serve any more at the altar, but despising the temple and neglecting the sacrifices, had tended to be Salakia, and neglecting the sacrifices, hastened to be partakers of the unlawful allowance in the place of exercise, after the game of discus called them forth. Okay, so this is talking about the higher ups in Israel gladly adopting the Greekish fashions in exchange for support from the governments of the wicked. I believe the Romans or the Greeks. But basically, one of these Jakes, he went and he cut a deal with E, and E gave him benefits for basically throwing out the customs of the scriptures, throwing out the law, and making everybody go under the Greekish fashion. And that goes down to how Jake was dressed, you know, making Jake go and exercise, which is not wicked in and of itself, but in the spirit that they was doing it in, it was too dedicated to other gods and idolatry, therefore making it wicked. And really everything that these heathens do is dedicated to other gods and idolatry. So when you pick up any of their customs, it's wicked. The hats as well, you know what I'm saying? Wearing a hat in and of itself is not wicked. But for example, if you prophesying to the Lord and you got a hat on, that's wicked, because you're not supposed to do that. The law says to take the hat off and uncover your crown, which is where the spirit of the Lord enters into your body, at least for the men. Now the women can cover their head and are supposed to cover their head when they are involved with the scriptures, but for the men, you're not supposed to do that. And that's what these hats are talking about. And even when you're not prophesying, because I'm sure that was illegal as well, when you adopt the whole Greekish fashion, you got to throw out the whole Israelite fashion and the true way that we're supposed to act. So, you know, of course they probably wasn't prophesying with the hat on, but you know, like was mentioned, it don't matter if they prophesying or not. It don't matter if you actively, oh, the law says that you can't do this, and if you're not doing this exactly like this. No, because all of these things that these heathens do, and all of these heathenish fashions and all of these heathen customs are dedicated to other gods. So even if it's something lawful that you're doing, the custom is dedicated to another god as a heathen. And if you don't come in the right spirit doing it, then you going off, okay? And the example that I'll give to that, I was watching a video earlier, the elder from South Carolina, the elder Manatas Akbar, he was talking about, you know, all these holidays that are coming up, and partaking in the holidays or not. And you know, as far as like doing something like taking a plate home or eating the meal that's given, yeah, that's not going off. But when you go and you say grace in the name of JC, you know what I'm saying, that's an activity that's given to another god. And you know, ultimately now we're in captivity, so it's different. See, these individuals in this instance are going and seeking out a deal. They making a deal. Now, as far as with the captivity is concerned, of course, all of these people around you are going to be doing whatever their customs and whatever their feelings dictate that they gonna do. And the elder went into that, and he said that, yeah, you're not gonna, it's really, you can't escape these people doing this around you. So it's just about in your spirit understanding that you, one, ain't gonna do nothing that really is involved with these customs. You know, it's like, for example, if it's Christmas, you're not putting up no tree or participating in putting up a tree, because you know, some brothers may be in a situation where they don't live in their own house. They live with their mother, or they live with their woman, or they going and visiting their woman at their woman's crib for the day, or whatever the case is. And those people may celebrate and may have these things. And so that's not wicked. You know, I know I'm going off on a runoff, but you know, through the spirit, I feel like, you know, just to get that out, that's not wicked if you around somebody and they got the tree, or if you eat a plate of food that was from the dinner that these people had. Why? Because you're going to take that plate of food. One, you're not going to eat no abominations. And two, yeah, they prayed that food up to their gods and their idols, but you can also pray the food up to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and you can make it edible then. You know what I'm saying? Then it's not in the name of these other gods, and you okay. But it's about the intent. It's about you understand that you, and not just the intent. Like I said, putting up a Christmas tree, whether you intend, ain't no putting up no Christmas tree in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? Ain't no taking any of these mandates in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right? There are some things that can't be avoided because of captivity, and those things are, you know, to the best of your ability. That's why you got grace. But the point that's being made here is that all of these actions that these people are talking about, even though they're not wicked in act like the hat is, it can still be considered wicked, because these people, the intention of wearing the hat is for these other gods and these other customs. Okay? But Salakia for going off on that tangent, because it kind of really wasn't a part of the deal. But you know, like I said, through the spirit, it just came out. But yeah, this nigga, like I said, this nigga Hurricane Kristen got pulled out of the garbage can. They done reactivated him to start tricking you Jakes, and any of you niggas that listen to him, of all people, you're really crazy, because that nigga ain't nobody but a goddamn agent. And if you can't see that, then you crazy. Like I said, this guy was off the scene for 13, 14 years and just got bagged up for committing a murder case, or for being suspected of a murder case, Salakia. And he just got off the hook for that. This guy supposedly is in the dispensary business, so they let niggas that got suspected murder cases on their rap keep they dispensary marijuana licenses with no problem. And all of these things are red flags, you know what I'm saying? The way that this guy looked around the room after he talked about that mandate, that was shocking to me, and that's what's inspired me really to do the lesson. But Lord willing, it was edifying. And understand that a lot of these hokey pokey ass niggas gonna be coming out of nowhere, and they're gonna really start taking out all the stops, because we getting closer and closer to the violence being the answer for these Edomites. All right, but before they get to that point, they're gonna exhaust all opportunities and try to be able to see if they can trick as many people without going there. And that's where these niggas like Hurricane Chris and all these other high-level boule niggas come into play, as far as telling you to do this and telling you to do that. But like I said, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Lord willing, this was edifying. And you know, Lord willing, I'll be back at you with another video soon. And until next time, Kwam Yasharala, Baba Ball, Shalom. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and the men of great millstone, as well as those men that preach and teach the likewise doctrine. Shalom to the Akim and a few Aqua. Kwam Yasharala and the Baba Ball.